From the Lone Star States and the Bluegrass State, this is Your Two Dads.
Your Two Dads.
Two real dads giving you the real news.
Like the first Neuralink Assimilation. We also can talk about some environmentalist wackos. Good morning, everybody. I'm JJ. This is my good friend, the Deekful Dad. And hello, sir. You look good over there. That's nice. Yeah. High five. And high five. You're right up there. I got to reach past the boom arm.
There you go.
It works. Yep, that's right. You're getting dad jokes from the start of the show. This is Your Two Dads. We are streaming on youtube.com at whatever, links in the description below. It's YouTube Dads something. We're on rumble.com/JJW. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. So if one of those is more fun for you, then do that. I don't really give a shit. Good morning, Deke. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I wake, it's the best thing in the morning to wake up, kind of like clear the sleep from your eyes and then dive into like a 60-inch article about Congress or Congress for Pro, and then think like, how am I going to tell this story? And then I'm like, oh, I have an idea. Crumple, throw it away. We're something easy. So,
are you one of those people that wakes up that has to have time to wake up before you can stop in to do what you're doing, to jump in to do what you're doing? Or are you one of those people that wakes up, like jumps in your pants and goes, basically?
I would say I'm a little bit, I'm not like jump. I gotta shake the cobwebs out a little bit. Yeah.
Knowing me, which type do you think I am?
I think you might be like perhaps so worried about something that you immediately get up and because you wake up and you're like worried and concerned about stuff, so you have to start right away.
I like Ashley makes fun of me because I am out the door. If nothing goes wrong, I am out the door within 5 minutes after me waking up. Five to 7 minutes. I am out the door walking to my car within me waking up because I've got everything here. I take a shower at night. I got everything here. I've got I put on underarm deodorant at home. But I've got
of course.
Toothbrush and stuff here and whatnot.
Time out. If you don't have extra deodorant at your office, you're screwing up the whole world, guys.
The whole world. Yeah, you're screwing it. I used to have it in my desk drawer in there, and it ran out. I've got to get some new ones. You've got to have deodorant at the work.
Yeah, at the very least, maybe a toothbrush and toothpaste, but definitely deodorant. You don't want to be stuck at finding yourself at work and be like, I'm ready to, I'm going to stink today.
Yeah, you're like, I
made a mistake.
Oh, no, I didn't bring an onion sandwich to work today.
Yeah. All right. Good morning, everybody. So we meet every morning, Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock right here. We talk about the news, culture, politics, dad stuff, I guess, whatever this is. And we talk about music.
Yeah. I got, did you listen to that song yesterday? No.
Hey, dude.
I know you. I know you.
I listen to a lot of the songs.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah, but you didn't listen to that one yesterday. So you got another one to listen to
I listened to half of it yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then you were talking.
Yeah, okay.
Paul Simon.
You got to listen to this one today. So in high school, so this week our songs are about daughters. My daughter's birthday's tomorrow. She turns 12. My youngest, that's my baby, the one that used to live in my arm right here. Like when she was a baby, she was right here. It was me and Maggie, and we were a cohesive, symbiotic unit. She was always. And so now she's 12 and as tall as me, and it's sad. So I fell in love with Paul Simon when I was like 14 years old, 15 years old, because I would have never listened to Paul Simon that young, but our marching band did this tribute to Paul Simon, and we played 4 or 5 songs that were Paul Simon songs that were marching band songs. And that's what we did when I was my first year in marching band. And I fell in love with Paul Simon then because we would listen to all his music. Unbelievable. The guy's unbelievable. For people don't even talk about Paul Simon anymore. He's kind of forgotten with the generations that have gone. But Paul Simon's a great. This song was from the Wild Thornberrys cartoon movie. You remember that cartoon, the Wild Thornberrys? It was kind of after we were a little older when that one came out.
It looked like to me like Rugrats, but okay, so
Yeah,
I never watched it.
Yeah, kind of the same animation as Rugrats. And this one was from that movie. I'd forgotten until I watched the video this morning, but I knew this song. I was like, oh, Paul Simon, Father and Daughter is a great song. And it's a good one. It's a good one. So songs about daughters this week. If you have a daughter, we might do sons next week. I got some son songs. Good old boy.
Well, we talked about also doing like bands that disappeared.
Yeah, I've got that note right here in front of me. Bands that disappeared. And I've got a couple of them written. I've got to do some research before we do that one.
Yeah, I started looking into like what actually happened to Run River North. So I think it became anyway. Maybe we'll do that soon.
Okay.
All right. Deke, I have great news for you, sir. Great news.
I don't believe you. Your definition of great and my definition of great, our interpretations are completely different, I believe, on this subject.
The Borg initiative or collective has claimed its first member. Elon Musk claims the first use of Neuralink on humans shows promising results.
Are we creating the Borg queen, Borg king,
dude,
right now?
Borg queen, way back in that movie. What movie was that? It was Star Trek.
I don't remember.
Whatever.
It was in one of the TV shows, one of the later TV shows too.
Yeah, but then they did it in the movie too, and it was it was amazing. It was like it blew my mind at the time. I was like, oh, you guys went from like dorky, clunky Borg to like this sick looking spider woman that was kind of sexy.
Yeah.
I think she died actually last year. Anyway,
that actress, yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
So, Elon Musk said Monday in an announcement that the first human to receive a Neuralink implant is recovering, and the initial results are promising. The initial results show promising neuron spike detection. I don't know what that means. Neuralink hardware aims to create a digital interface with the brain. Musk has previously touted the equipment as potential method for treating those with paralysis. In the long term, Neuralink hopes to play a role in AI civilizational risk reduction by improving human to AI bandwidth and by several orders of magnitude. So, the first thing I thought of when I heard this morning, I was like, I wonder if they can sell commercials, like commercial ad space right into your Neuralink. you're paralyzed and you get the Neuralink and you're like, I can move again. This is great. And then you're getting like ads for like Downy fabric softener. You just
can I just say it's assholes like you that come up with these freaking thoughts, okay? Because that would have taken me a lot longer to come up with that. All right, I don't think on that way.
I'm trying to warn you people. You're gonna wake up one day and be like, I can check the internet without even picking up my phone, but I have no idea why I have so many pair of Uggs in my house.
Out of the 3 billion viewers that we have, somebody is going to be like, that's a good idea, JJ.
Mm-hmm. Sell ads directly into people's brains.
And then surprised we don't have drones, thousands of drones flying over cities doing that right now. When you drive into Chicago, there's a freaking Pepsi ad flying in the air.
Right?
Yeah.
So think about this for a second, right? Like Deke, you and me, we grew up in, the 80s and 90s or whatever. And we were taught like to revere the founders. They were so smart in how they structured things and, checks and balances and all that stuff. And, maybe we don't always understand everything, but, the founders were really, really smart and they must have done something for a reason. Well, now think forward like 100 years, maybe 150 years. Everybody's got Neuralink. They're constantly bombarded with ads. And then one day somebody's going to be like, why are we always getting these ads? And everybody else is going to be like, you need to shut up. Our forefathers were so smart. They knew this was for a good reason. We're the forefathers. Yeah, it's our fault. The future demise of humanity is our fault.
Yeah, that's funny.
Ad space right here. Okay.
I wonder how much one for your two dads would cost. Just
Yeah, really.
From your face.
Yeah.
You'd have to blink twice to get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be able to walk through the world and it will just be like just on the periphery, annoying ads.
You know, we're making a joke, but we're probably not too far off. Jeez.
I know.
I've just got 3 words for you on that story, JJ.
Yeah.
Beep, bop, boop.
Oh, I should have done a beep bop. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. I really don't have any good.
Well, we're not. JJ's confused today because his brain wants to put everything in an order and have it flow all together. And today's not one of those days. It's just kind of like a potpourri. A little bit of everything is thrown in our potpourri show today.
I woke up and I had this option. I was like, I guess we can wake up and talk about Houthis bombing American stuff and soldiers dying and stuff. And I was like,
the blowfish? What are they doing?
The Houthis, the Houthis, the Iranian-backed terrorists. Yeah. I would rather that Houthi and the blowfish was blowing up.
No, they're a great band.
No, not blown up, blowing up. Them up. I would prefer that to this. We have Joe Biden trying to start a war so that he can get reelected.
Yeah, and didn't they? I don't
want to talk about
get into this.
I know.
I don't want to because
like
2 weeks ago, I looked at it all day long, and it was like,
yeah,
I don't want to get into it.
I know.
But that's like kind of what I preached yesterday, that they're relying on people just getting, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's talk about something else. They're relying on that.
I don't. Dear Iran, I don't know what the fuck you people are doing over there. I'm not really interested. I really wish that we weren't over there. That's the end of my statement on the matter. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea who the Houthis are. And get away from us.
We're sorry shit is going wrong for you. But it's going wrong for us right now, too.
Right.
And we can't send you all this money because we really need it right now. So sorry about your luck.
Ukraine, like things are going real tight for us right now. Maybe you guys could send us some money.
No kidding. All right. Do you have something else that we can stop talking about this crap?
Yes, I got probably the most shocking story of the day. Okay. It's my number 2 story. A professor has been fired for misconduct after criticizing Greta Thunberg on social media. In a post on X, a renowned Australian professor, human resources professor Andrew Timming, questioned the double standard of Thunberg's social media messaging. Just days before Christmas, Timming was fired from the college because of a single post on Twitter. Timming claimed that his dismissal represented the climax of prolonged offensive against him, and his career took a hit following the tweet he posted. I don't know where the tweet was he posted because they didn't actually post that. Well, so this guy's been, if you say something about Greta Thunberg, you can lose your job because she is the high priestess of the environmentalist cult.
How old is she now? She's over 18?
Yeah.
I remember we used to make fun of Greta, and I used to make fun of her, but I got slapped in the face one day and realized, sometimes you get a cosmic slap, and I realized that you don't need to make fun of this little girl. She is a victim. She's been victimized. You don't even realize that she's been victimized, but she is a tool, and she is a marionette, and she is working perfectly as a marionette. She is exactly what she's been controlled. She's been made. She's freaking Pinocchio. Okay. She was created, she was made, and she's doing exactly what she was supposed to. She doesn't realize it because she's getting everything that she wants. She's famous. She's getting all this attention. So she doesn't care. And that's what every Hollywood person, every music, Taylor Swift, you can't tell me Taylor Swift is not one of the best marionettes ever made. Jesus Lord. God almighty. She's influencing the WWE. Oh, I'm sorry. I got those mixed up. The NFL. I'm sorry. They're both so similar. The WWE and the NFL are both entertainment that I get them mixed up sometimes. So my bad.
So
those of you out there that still think that the NFL is all to chance, y'all need to open your freaking eyes.
What?
That shit is scripted.
The
You don't
NFL?
think the NFL is scripted? This is a whole freaking conversation we could get
I
on
don't know.
sometime.
I don't know one thing about the NFL.
The NFL is the
Football.
exact same thing that the WWE is.
That seems like a pretty that seems like a pretty extreme take on the NFL.
You might think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth.
Well,
NBA
okay, I can see
as well.
I can see like you kind of excuse Greta a little bit, but then you look at how she is socially, how she acts on Twitter, how she engages with the public. She is determined. She is making choices, and she's responsible for how.
When I create a Frankenstein monster and tell him what to do, he's going to go and pillage and burn the city, right? Because I've told him what to do, and I've trained him, and I've brought him up to think that this is what's going on. If I raise my pit bull to be mean and always attack a black person and have teach it to do that, then that's what it's going to do. But if my half pit bull, half Dalmatian Chance wouldn't hurt a fly because we love him and try to get, it's all about bringing up and in your environment. And this little girl was programmed from birth to do this.
Sure. But then who's responsible?
I don't know their names, but I'm sure there's
her parents. Maybe her parents were programmed
into it.
Maybe her parents were programmed.
I'm sure they were. We're all programmed. Dude.
At some point, you have to be like, you are the agent of your own existence.
Open your eyes.
I was gonna play this Greta clip, and now I'm just like, See, even that was my highlight of the show, and I'm like, I don't want to play it.
To play Greta? I don't want to look at her. I really don't want to look at her face.
Do you remember last year when we were talking about they were gonna the federal administration was gonna like stop people from having gas stoves and being able to cook food for themselves?
Yep.
Well, so this story come up in Just the News. Research supporting Biden's pause on liquid natural gas has parallels to studies supporting gas stove ban. Yeah. Joe Biden has scored huge points with climate activists over his decision to pause exports of LNG. Despite natural gas playing a key role in reducing carbon dioxide emissions, activists are citing research they claim disputes that natural gas will do anything but exacerbate the climate crisis. Have you seen where this climate crisis is happening? Because I haven't seen where it's happening. I just don't know.
They've told us, that by 2020 we were all going to be like floating and doing all that, and living in Kevin Costner's River World or whatever the hell that movie was.
Waterworld.
Waterworld, like
that movie,
expensive movie to make.
It's so expensive at the time, and I thought it was fun.
I did too.
Dennis Hopper playing some rabid boat biker.
Oh God, Dennis Hopper. He was such a mean bad guy. I do believe that the earth goes through climate changes, but
sure. Undisputed.
Does humans influence the overall climate change of the world? Maybe to a minute amount, but all of this shit that they've told us over these years has been false. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of these numbers and stuff. I look at this stuff and I see this stuff, and it's not just like some blah blah. This is like interviews and conferences with intellectual people that are also saying, hey, wait a minute, carbon dioxide, they've always told us this, but did you know that? Because we've never asked. And did you make an A in science class? No, you made a C plus or a B, and you was looking at the girl and trying to worry about what you were doing over the weekend.
So, like, these climate activists, they want, like, less carbon dioxide because they want a greener earth, right? Do you know what plants eat?
Yeah, carbon dioxide.
No, they do.
And you know what they produce?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay. So I've got a story here for you. Did you know that this could be our last day on Earth?
Ooh. Oh, man.
Today might be.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah. An asteroid the size of 60 64 Canadian geese is set to pass by the and not 65, but 64 Canadian geese. The asteroid in question has been dubbed 2007 EG. There you go. See that?
Okay.
Calculations by NASA predict the asteroid won't come anywhere close to Earth during its flyby. Well, it just says, look, past Earth. Okay, so to put it in a more North American friendly measurement, let's use a metric that's a bit more familiar. The Canadian goose. I don't know why they did that. Okay, I'm not going to get into why they do this. According to the University of Michigan, the average Canadian goose can grow as much as 1.10 meters long. The size of the asteroid could be as long as 64 Canadian geese. That does not help me at all.
Here is I think I have video of it, sir. I think I have a video of it. Here you go.
Of the asteroid? Sweet.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. That looks real.
Yeah, I know.
That looks like the asteroid that landed.
You take 64 geese, you just pack them together pretty good.
Yeah. That does not look like a frozen turd at all. Dang. That's one of the best movies ever.
I know. And this is a recycled joke because we did the same joke
We've used that joke before. Okay. My bad. In other space news, Japan has sent back photos.
Oh, awesome! Didn't they crash their probe into the moon? It was a rough landing.
I don't know.
You know. Where's the photos? You got the photos?
I'm trying to pull them up here, Fred. There you go.
See how the rover there is kind of like leaning over as though it didn't land soft. It crashed. The Japanese probe crashed. But they did get this thing working. But it's not supposed to be sitting like that. They missed the is that the moon?
Am I the only one that thinks that I mean, I'm not an astro scientist, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I would think that the moon lander rovers wouldn't look like they're made out of aluminum foil. But I mean, it might be some sort of metal. But don't they look like they're made out of aluminum foil?
Do you remember in when you were in like middle school and you had this competition where you had to use some popsicle sticks and string to save an egg, to make a thing to hold an egg while you dropped it on the ground?
Yeah.
NASA.
Thank you. You've explained everything.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know. It doesn't look as tremendous as it does in the movies, right? In the movies, it's like a spaceship and it's amazing. It's got guns and stuff.
That's what I want. I want a Gundam. If Japan, that's like we said the other day. If Japan's going to land something on the moon, put a Gundam on the moon. Come on.
Thing looks like some stuff.
Work.
It's made of the stuff that they wrapped my washing machine with when they were shipping.
Yeah, that looks like heat tape, which it probably is, honestly. All right, I don't. Do you have some other stuff?
Yeah, I got. All right. We talk all the time about Donald Trump. I mean, we talk a little bit about Donald Trump. We talk a lot about politics. We talk about America first, and it's interesting that the left is just so like against this idea of America first. And I found out why. Some of our Congress people are actually on some other teams. So here is Rep. Ilan Omar. Yeah, and she's unveiling her Somalia First program. So now this is a long video. I'm going to play it, but I'm going to turn the volume down because she's speaking in Somali. She says, she basically says, there's a part right here in the middle that she says, as long as I'm in Congress, the U.S. government is only going to do what we say for Somalia because we have someone on the inside of government that is helping Somalia and it's not going to get taken over by Ethiopia. So Rep. Ilhan Omar is definitely Somalia first. Somalia first. She's appealing to her constituency, but you would think that her constituency would be like, this is America, America. But no, her constituents are Somali that have migrated to the U.S. and are working on behalf of Somalia. So we live in the U.S. We pay taxes in the U.S. This is a country. One of your daughters is in Congress. As long as I'm in Congress, Somalia will never be in danger. Its waters will never be stolen by Ethiopia or others. The U.S. would not dare to support anyone against Somalia. Sleep in comfort knowing that I am here to protect the interests of Somalia from inside the U.S. system. Holy shit. What do you think about that? Do you think anything
I think we're
about
all
that?
getting sick of helping everybody else around the fucking world. Okay. I think we're getting sick of helping everybody else. I don't mind helping everybody else, but you got to help yourself first. You can help your neighbors, but you got to make sure that your family's taken care of first. And our family's not being taken care of over here. Okay. We're taking care of everybody else's family, and we're not taking care of our own family. And that's bullshit. Okay. You take care of your sons, you take care of your daughters, you take care of your wives, you take care of your husbands, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, you take care of your family, even the people that are not your blood. You take care of your family. Okay. And then you take care of these other people, the strangers that you don't know. I'm going to buy you a meal when you're starving before I'm going to buy the homeless person a meal. Okay. That's just how it is. I'm taking care of you before I take care of them. It's not that I don't love them. I've got priorities. These are called priorities. And my priority is this. And that America doesn't have priorities anymore.
Seems like a collective, like rational. That seems rational. But the reality is that this woman, Ilhan Omar, is elected by the people of Minnesota, and she is out and out prioritizing like her agenda is not America. Her agenda is Somalia.
Yeah. Well, where's she from? Vote her ass out. I don't even know where she's from.
Yeah,
Did
well,
she marry her brother to get her brother in this country?
that has never been
Sure.
directly addressed, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, Obama was born in Hawaii.
He was born in Hawaii, as far as anybody
That's
knows.
What I just said. That's what I just said.
That's what the paperwork says.
What did I say?
All right.
What did I say it wrong?
France. French farmers. Hey, this is related to something that we were talking about with Duga last week. You know, last week he said the German farmers were protesting. Well, it's not just in Germany. French farmers are putting Paris under siege in a tractor protest. And taxi drivers have joined farmers in shutting down all traffic in French cities. You shall not pass, they are saying.
They've been tearing up roads. Have you seen? Does it have some of these that they're tearing up the roads?
I don't know if they're tearing up roads.
Yeah,
I know they're blockading stuff. Are they tearing up roads for real? I haven't seen that.
Somewhere they were tearing up roads. It might be Germany. They were farmers out there with their plow equipment, and they were just tearing up the asphalt.
Let's see. Why are they? We don't intend to allow government buildings or tax collection buildings or grocery stores to be damaged or trucks transporting foreign produce to be stopped. Obviously, that's unacceptable. I mean, I don't know what their message is other than probably taxes, right? Like they're probably being taxed too much by France. What is their? I don't know what they're upset about.
Yeah, I haven't put much. I haven't put much study into
that
as well, and that's my bad.
You know, this is still taking your tractors, lining them up, and blockading the street. That's better than gluing yourself to the roads, which is what the protesters in Germany were doing. Have you seen videos of those people with their hands glued to the asphalt, and they have to come in with like a jackhammer and chuck out?
The French farmers are bitching about the same thing that happens over here in the United States. Farmers in France, the EU's biggest agriculture producer, says they are not being paid enough and are being choked by excessive regulation on environmental protection. I mean, it's the same thing that happens over here. In the United
Sure.
States, our farmers are just screwed because if they say anything about it, they get bullied. And that's not a
Yeah.
lie. We live in a farming community.
Well, and like the government uses things like subsidies to push
There's all kinds of
farmers
ways of
into certain economic
bullying
and
people.
yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of ways that these farmers get bullied. And they do. You got to do it. And it goes exactly back to what I just said a minute ago. These farmers have priorities.
Yeah.
And their number one priority is to take care of their family. And when the government says, I'm doing this, and the outcome is you not being able to provide for your family anymore, these farmers have to do something. You can't just bend over and take it all the time. You got to stand up and be like,
So
I don't mind supporting the government, but my family comes first.
I watched season 2 of Clarkson's Farm. It was filmed like in 2022 or whatever, but it just came out like earlier last year. And
Jeremy Clarkson.
Jeremy Clarkson, yeah,
I've never seen that.
Clarkson's Farm is great, and second season is great. And it's a lot of little jokes and gags and stuff, and as he's bumbling through farming, but the big message that's promulgated throughout the series, the episode and the series, is how much government, both the local government and then the entire state of England, is fucking over farmers. The in the context is that like the margins on farming are so narrow, and then the UK government, because they left Brexit or whatever it was, the UK government yanked tons of subsidies, so the farmers didn't have the subsidies to cover things like purchasing seed and all the other stuff they need to do to operate the business. So the government said, "Oh, we just need to diversify your business." But then when Jeremy Clarkson literally tries to do that by opening a store, by trying to pave the roads, whatever, he's blocked by government, local government agencies at every step of the way because they just don't like him or whatever the reason is. The local government is preventing his farm from being operable, and he literally has to bob and weave to get past the government so that he can let his farm, which is not just his farm, is a bunch of people that work there,
right,
have an economic opportunity. So
there's all kinds of stuff that they do like that over here. I mean, there's you get into the organic, you want to get an organic farm, you have to be certified certain number of years with no pesticides in or around your farm or whatnot, beside and whatnot. There's all these rules that you have to be in order to be organic.
Right.
And what has been happening is that rain or water from adjoining farms come down into yours on year number 4 that have pesticides in it. You no longer have an organic farm. You got to start all over again from scratch at the very beginning.
Well, what if East Palestine has a train wreck and pollutes the fuck out of the entire region, right? And then you had another story. You had a story this morning about Kentucky, I think.
I not only had a story about Kentucky. This is my home county, and I'm sitting 1 mile from the plant that this is talking about. This just came up. We'll just talk about this real quick, but it kind of I shared this with some other folks. I am in Calvert City right now, and we have a multi-billion-dollar chemical complex that's right there, right over there. And they said now that a single chemical manufacturer is elevating the risk of cancer for approximately 2,500 residents of Calvert City. The study conducted by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency with 3 air monitors put in place by the Kentucky Division of Air Quality in the Marshall County community, which I was born and raised and still live in, found elevated levels of gases known as volatile organic compounds, specifically vinyl chloride and ethyl dichloride, EDC. EDC is used to make PVC pipes. All right. This plant over here, Westlake Vinyls, that a majority of our community is employed at and pays their bills very well, and provides for their family because of this plant, is accounted for the largest single source of EDC emissions in the entire country.
Oh my Lord.
Emitting more than 36 tons of EDC, nearly double the next highest emitting plant, Louisiana. The EDC emissions from Westlake Vinyls dwarfed the next highest EDC emitter in Calvert City in 2020, which emitted 36 tons to 1.7 tons. And so this article goes on to talk about this. I mean, there's where Westlake, I'm like right in, I'm right over here.
Yeah.
Here's where I'm at. And so there's our mayor. And it's a long article that was talking about that. I'll post it if y'all want it to read about that. But it was very interesting to me because I'm sitting here.
Is that just poor practices or business? I mean, like, who are they? Yes. Not covering like damaged equipment and shit's leaking, and they just put duct tape over it?
Yes, probably.
Man,
that's and getting away with stuff. I mean, just doing
it's going to be with. But like the thing is, like infants, like babies, are going to be the most affected by something like that. Air quality.
All of our old people.
Yeah,
all of our elderly. Yeah. I joked for years. I've worked at this radio station for like 13 years. I used to joke for years. I pissed off the old mayor. He never liked me. I think it's because I always said this on the air. Like the old mayor would never talk to me. He would always talk to the other guy, but he would never talk to me. And I think it was because I used to call this city the city of 1,000 smells, because we have so many of these plants over here that I would come in. I'll be like, today it was very hairsprayish outside, or, today really smelled a lot like butane mixed with blah, 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 and I would joke about it because they used to call Calvert City Cancer City, but what
holy moly.
The problem is, like I said, that plant employs a lot of people, not in just this county, but this area. And they don't pay $15 an hour. They pay a lot more than that. Okay. Which provides for our area, not only provides for each individual in our area and their household, but they spend that money in our area as well. That money keeps getting recycled,
circulates
the area and circulates for a while. So if this plant gets in trouble, people are going to lose their jobs, period.
But if something doesn't happen about it, and
we're going to die.
And this story is the thing that, like, the plant will just keep doing nothing until they get bad publicity, and then they may get such bad publicity that they're like, "Oh, we'll shut the plant down," and then you guys are fucked.
I had to get that story from a Kentucky website, news website from Central Kentucky, because I have not seen that story in any of our Western Kentucky media, including mine. I sent it to my other guy this morning, our news guy at the other radio station this morning. I don't know if he's going to use it or not.
Did you talk about it?
I can call him later. I found it after my newscasts, so I will talk about it tomorrow. But when I do talk about it tomorrow, I know I'm going to get pushback.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to word this news story in my area. I've already thought about this morning. I'm going to have to word this news story to where it's as middle of the road as possible.
Right.
Okay. Because if I say negative stuff like some of this article does,
well, people need to be aware that they're breathing in 36 tons of vinyl chloride or whatever.
Yeah, but everybody around here knows that, really.
Yeah.
We've got this protocol here at the station that is posted back there in the back, and it's if the plants call for a I forgot what it is. It's a certain warning, like they've had a major something happen that's gotten into the air. I've got this. It's all posted back there in the back. It's like I have to take the duct tape and tape all the windows, the window frames. I have to tape around the doors. I have to make sure the air condition. Like they want you to seal up your house so that
you need to pretend that there has been a zombie outbreak or some sort of.
I'm not making this up. This is back here on the wall, and I always told them. I always told my bosses. I said, screw that. I get that warning. My ass is in that car going south as fast as I can. I'm going to be like that guy at the beginning of the Stephen King's The Stand. I'm going to be just driving the car, man.
This is Deke broadcasting directly from my cell phone. You guys better get the.
We're outrunning the cloud. I'm going 70.
And then it's the end of The Mist. I couldn't get away fast enough.
Shut up. I hate that movie.
I know. I know.
All right. I got one here. You
we got some
I got some
yeah,
fun ones.
I got an aviation news story. I know you like
Okay.
aviation news. We've had a lot of good aviation news lately with, like planes bumping into each other in midair and
Losing wheels and
falling apart while they're flying.
yeah,
Wall coming out. No, that's not so much. Six were injured as American Airlines flight makes a hard landing in Hawaii. A hard landing by an American Airlines flight at an airport in Hawaii on Saturday has been blamed for the injuries of 5 cabin crew and 1 passenger. The aircraft taxied to the gate at
whatever.
This airport right here at this airport. As usual, after the incident and the 167 passengers, you can't read it. I don't like to zoom my story here. You want to say it? That airport, right there.
Kahului.
6 people. Kahului. You think so? Okay. 6 were in stable condition and subsequently released from medical care. Their injuries were described as minor. According to the FAA, the American Airlines Airbus A320 made a hard landing about 2 p.m. I guess the only good news about this is that it's not another Boeing plane, because if you just hear another story about a Boeing plane falling apart while flying, it might be one story too much.
We didn't land in that airport. That's not on Oahu. We landed in the on the airport on Oahu, and it was awesome. The airport was awesome.
My wife wants to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, you should go at least one time. It's beautiful. Absolutely.
She was born there, and then left when she was 6 weeks old.
Yeah. Obama was born in Hawaii.
They might be cousins.
They might. I mean, he was definitely not born anywhere else. He was definitely born in Hawaii. So I've got a story here for you. WordPad.
Oh no,
is going away, JJ.
No, not WordPad.
I still use WordPad. I go over there to start memory and type in more, and it pops up.
What are they replacing it with?
I don't guess anything.
No, I mean there's Notepad too, but Notepad doesn't do
Notepad's not as cool. That's Notepad is what we had in Windows 95 that we used all the time. I really didn't use WordPad that much, but WordPad was I use it all the time. I used to. I don't guess I use.
Luckily,
WordPad.
You will be able to subscribe to Microsoft 365.
Yeah, on my start menu, it's number 4 down to show you how much I use WordPad. So I open up a Google Drive page, and that's my WordPad now.
Okay.
Yeah. If it gets closed, it saves.
So, bye, WordPad.
Goodbye, WordPad. Sorry you're leaving.
Oh, boy. This is just not the best day for news. It's not like this is bad news. It's just like.
You had a George Carlin story that I was kind of curious
about.
Yeah.
Oh, let me find I posted a link from my phone, so I didn't get it to my computer yet.
Discord's been acting stupid.
Where is it? Is that? There it is, right there. George. Here we go. George Carlin estate sues over fake comedy special purportedly generated by AI. The estate of George Carlin is suing the media company behind a fake hour-long comedy special that purportedly uses AI to recreate the stand-up style and material. The lawsuit filed in L.A. on Thursday asked that a judge order the podcast Dudesy to immediately take down the audio special. George Carlin, I'm Glad I'm Dead, in which a synthesis of Carlin delivers commentary on current events. He died in 2008. Carlin's daughter, Kelly Carlin, said in a statement that the work is poorly executed facsimile cobbled together by unscrupulous individuals to capitalize on the extraordinary goodwill of my father, established with his adoring fan base. The Carlin estate and its executor, Harold Hamza, are named as plaintiffs in the suit, which alleges violations of Carlin's right of publicity and copyright. The named defendants are Dudesy and podcast hosts Will Sasso and Chad Kultgen.
Will Sasso.
You know Will Sasso?
Yeah, he's a comedian. He's on this show that I've been watching on he's on this on Netflix called Louder Milk. is this show. Ricochet says about the WordPad story. He's like, WordPad's joining Clippy. And do you remember Clippy?
Yep.
The paper clip?
I never got Clippy to do anything useful.
No, I really didn't get Clippy to do anything useful. I didn't use him very much.
Windows 95, man. I remember when Windows 95 was brand new. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. I don't have any.
What do you have any thoughts about AI, fake George Carlin AI? My first thought is like, well, I wonder if the jokes are funny.
That's the only thing. I just I have heard, people say, I wonder what George Carlin thinks about the state of the world now or whatnot. But this is just going to become more common. You're going to have stuff like this. I watched something the other day, and it was a Joe Rogan thing, and it was just Joe Rogan over some pictures talking. And I looked in the comments, and it was like, "This is AI Joe Rogan. This is AI Joe Rogan. AI Joe Rogan." And I go back and I listen to it again. I'm like, "That is AI Joe Rogan." I didn't catch it the first time because I was listening to what he was saying.
Really sophisticated.
Look what Ricochet said. He says, my missus binged Loudermilk recently. Hilarious. I watched a couple of episodes with her. It is very well written. Will Sasso plays his friend on that. It's very well written. The characters are very well written.
Loudermilk. I'm gonna have to check that out. Loudermilk.
Sinister Minister says that wasn't fake. George Carlin was in the last Bill and Ted movie that came out during the pandemic. George Carlin.
That's not
time ago. I thought.
No, he died in 2000. He died a long time ago. Yeah, he wasn't. George Carlin wasn't. No. He wasn't in that movie because they replaced his character with like some girl. If you recall, George Carlin's character in Bill and Ted is like this like agent from the future who travels back in time in a
Rufus.
Yeah, Rufus. Yeah. Okay, now we have something interesting. Bill and Ted 3.
Oh, there should be a no there. I'm driving and talking to text.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm confused.
Have you seen Bill and Ted 3? Did you watch it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was fun. You know what? Like for me, the idea of a Bill and Ted 3 was better than the reality of a Bill and Ted 3. However, I will say that the turbo jacked Bill and Ted criminal versions were like amazing. Oh, hello, Mrs.
The very first thing I ever won off of a radio station when I was a kid was tickets to go see Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey before it was released at the theater. They were doing like a sneak preview, and all the radio station went, and I won. Me and my buddy went and watched Bogus Journey. It was great. I love Bill and Ted.
I think the only thing I ever won from a radio station was a dog.
Like it was this dog.
Yeah, way back in 2000, there was just I don't know what I was listening to, but there was just something, and they were like, the DJ person, I guess, had something with a shelter or animal shelter or something like that, and they were saying, hey, somebody took in this dog, and we're looking for a home for her, and I was like, why not? And so I called in, I was like, I'm interested, and then I went and met the dog, and I left with the dog, and so I ended up with the dog, and she lived for I think 13 years. Oh, she was our first dog when we got married, and right after we got married, my wife would take the dog, put her in the car, and go down to like Burger King and buy the dog hamburgers and feed her hamburgers in the car.
That's how you make a dog love you really quick.
Really? Yeah. It worked. She loved my wife.
Yeah,
she was always like,
I bet she did.
You don't take me anywhere, dude.
You don't give me Burger King, yo. She does.
All right. Well, I don't know what George Carlin would think about AI George Carlin, but my impulsive reaction is that he would not be protectionist about his own identity. Not that he was flippant about it, but like I feel like the instinct to just like preserve intellectual property of George Carlin copyright. I don't feel like that would be his move. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm also not sure that he would be cool with like an AI. He'd probably be like, "You're too dumb to make your own jokes. You're not funny." He'd probably do that. All right. I don't think
he came to our area a couple of times and performed in Paducah. And one of the times that he was performing, my brother, where he lives in the county, the guy that lived right behind him had this little farm, and his name was David Reason Sr. was this old man's name, and everybody called him Monkey Man. He was very smart. He done everything. You know, he drank beer all day long, was never drunk. And he's one of those guys that could invent anything with a paperclip. He was like a real life MacGyver. And he looked just like George Carlin. We always joked to him, dude, you look just like George Carlin. You look just like George Carlin. When George Carlin, the last time he was in Paducah years ago and performing, David and his wife happened to be in downtown Paducah looking at the flood wall murals and stuff like that was close to the venue that he was playing at. And David said that he had 2 or 3 people come up to him and want to get pictures made with him. And he said he just posed with them. You know, everybody thought that he was George Carlin because George Carlin was in town that night. And so he just posed with him. Alice Cooper was in town like earlier this year, and me and my son were at the guitar store in Paducah, and somebody came in the guitar store and was like, "We just saw Alice Cooper over a couple of blocks away." And me and Alex kind of looked at each other and we were like, "Do you want to go try to meet Alice Cooper?" And so we were walking around for a little bit looking for Alice Cooper, but we could never find him. We wanted to get our picture made with Alice Cooper. Oh, that's funny.
All right, I got one more thing.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I got one more thing before we go. We have, I mean, this has been a ramshackle show, but right. I just found this, and I think this is something we'd both be interested in. Apparently, a new trailer dropped yesterday for Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire.
I saw it,
and
I watched it.
You did?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
I thought it was. It come up on the PlayStation 5, and I was looking, and I thought it was like a video game trailer.
Oh, really?
Like, oh, they made a video game, and I started it, and it was a new movie trailer, and I was like, oh, well, I gotta watch this.
Apparently, Venkman suits up again in this trailer. So,
and it's got you go back, you see what's his name has got a more prominent role in the city. Yeah, that guy there was in the first movie. He's the bad DA guy that was trying to get.
He's probably the mayor now. Yeah,
he's probably something big now.
And they probably dropped the reveal at the end, maybe. But apparently, Bill Murray is back as Venkman. Hey, look, there he is right there. Watch this.
Heads up.
No, pause it. No, play that part right there. It's funny.
Oh, okay.
Heads up. Tall, dark, and horny at 12 o'clock.
How many wheelbarrows of cash did they have to bring to Bill Murray for him to do that? Because, for like 30 years, he was like, nah, maybe if they get a good script or something, I'm not real interested. And then
pretty good script. That first one was really good.
Yeah, but he didn't want to do Ghostbusters for like decades. He was always the holdout. It was either him or I don't know the other 2 guys. They were always trying to get like a Ghostbusters.
It's got to be a good story. It's got to be a good story. The first one was really good. Paul Rudd does a great job of picking up that role, the Venkman role, the comedy role. He's perfect. He's perfect for that.
Yeah,
and the girl and them being Egon's.
I would say actually Paul Rudd kind of has a different role, but I mean I get what you mean in the sense of like that space in the movie, but like his character,
you have to have certain characters roles that you have to fit into, and that comedic Venkman character role was key to Ghostbusters,
right?
And you have to have somebody that fits that role perfect, and Paul Rudd fits that role perfect. If you can't have a 1982 Bill Murray, you take a 2024 Paul Rudd, and they're interchangeable.
No, I can see that kind of. He's not as sarcastic or sardonic or selfish as Venkman.
That dry Venkman humor that Venkman had. Dry humor.
Like kind of understatedly state something that's happening right in front of you, and then it goes right past people.
Yeah, that's my favorite. There's a guy that
Yeah.
works at the radio station, our sister radio station. He's worked there for like 40 years, and he is the king of dry humor. And everybody's like, I don't get him. And I'm like, dude, he's hilarious. I think he's great. All right, I don't have anything else. Watch that Ghostbusters trailer. It's pretty good.
All right, guys. We got to do jokes, Steve. It's as we are.
Let me check the. Let me check
contractually obligated to dad jokes at the end of every episode, and they're always really, really good. Deke, what do you call a man with one rubber toe?
Roberto. I know him. Me and Roberto go.
He worked
way
at that factory. He worked at that vinyl chloride factory.
Yeah. Roberto works over at Westland. My daughter asked me when she was younger. She said, "Dad, what do bees eat?" And I said, "Honey, I don't know."
Okay,
it was just as dumb as yours.
That's it. That's it for. Oh, here. There you go. Delayed response. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. And tomorrow's episode is going to be better than this one, better than any episode we've ever done. Guaranteed. Bye. It's overpromise, underdeliver. Overpromise, underdeliver. Neuralink, right there. Solves dementia. Show is over. Please like and subscribe. And as always,